On this week's episode, the Victron electrical system gets installed in the boat. It's like a mini version of our house system. It fits nicely in the underfloor space we allowed for it and looks great even though we will hardly ever see it.
Alright, I got some more parts for my electrical system. We got the inverter, Victron 3000 watt 48 volt inverter. We got the 48 volt to 12 volt charger. So that'll charge my 12 volt system off of the 48 volt house batteries. So I think what I've come up with is, this is also another piece. This here is the, it's called a Lynx power in. So it's just a power distributor. It also has the smart shunt mounted on the negative side. There will be a battery disconnect on the positive side here. I'm going to put that right on the side of the batteries. So that cable is nice and short between there and between the battery and this. There'll be a fuse mounted just on the front side, and then it'll come around to the disconnect. So that'll be here, and then right behind it I'll have the 48 volt to 12 volt converter. And then from the power in, this is where the inverter will get powered, and the winch, all the 48 volt stuff will get powered off of here. So then from that power in, it'll run to the inverter. So what I figure I'll do is the inverter will sit across the back here, a little bit of an angle. Sit across here. The bottom of it will be facing towards the power in, so those cables will be nice and short. We'll be able to read the front of it from the storage on the side here. That'll be there mounted on two rails. So then in front of the inverter will be the 12 volt buffer battery for the 12 volt system, and it will, all the 12 volt stuff for the boat will be powered off of that. It gives it some buffer for any extra load on the 12 volt system. This is a 100 amp hour lithium battery that'll charge off of the 48 volt to 12 volt charger. So the house batteries, the big 48 volt system, will charge the 12 volt system. And then beside this battery I can also put another battery for the Zodiac tender for the boat. If I want to run an electric motor on there, which is I think we'll do, I can put that battery in here to charge and pull it out, put it in the tender. It'll charge off of the house batteries. So that should work pretty good. So I'm gonna start with running the rails for the inverter across the back here, two rails, and it'll just sit into that rail system and then bolt into it. Be hanging back there. It'll be a ledge in the front for this 12 volt battery. That's the plan. So before I can put in the inverter rails, I'm going to put in this piece of angle because the top rail for the inverter will weld into it. It's going to hang on these cross braces, and it'll hang on that one that I need to add in there. So I'm going to do that first. Slipped at the last second. All right, take two. Okay, so this is the line I want to follow. Mark down the side so I know where that is on the bottom. Alright, that's the top rail in place. Alright, I got the bottom rail just barely sitting in the right spot, just laying there. It's cleaned up and ready to be welded. There we go, looks pretty good. Solid. I will try to hold that inverter in there and make sure everything fits. There we go. Alright, I got those just drilled out, and I got some bolts. Get this back in. I'll just leave it at that. Guess it would be good to have it in place here while I fit these other couple things. Power in will sit here, and then I think this can just sit in behind it. The battery tray is going to be a rail across here, and then a rail on the front. It's going to tie into here and go across the platform. So that's what's next. Will it fit? I will just make sure that it's not twisted. Lay the square across. It is a bit twisted. Got the front rail in there. This is where batteries will sit. 12-volt batteries. Should work quite nice. All the cabling will be nice and short. Alright, I've been working on this, mounting the power in. Got 2 aluminum rails screwed onto the back of it. I'm gonna weld those onto the side of the battery rails. Just gonna get it all attached to those rails so that when I just weld it in place, they'll be right in the right spot. Figured that would be the easiest way, so I'm just gonna go and weld this thing on now. So next I'm going to work on is the 48 volt 12 volt charger. I think I'll put it back here. It's closer to the 12 volt battery and it makes this side the 12 volt stuff. So I think that makes sense. I just need to make 2 aluminum rails vertically from the top angle to the bottom angle. Just stick them in there and weld them in, and then I'll drill some holes in it. That'll be pretty easy to mount. Alright, and then drill some holes in it and mount that thing in there. Look who it is.
Ooh, the inverter looks very fancy.
It's blue.
When you said install the inverter, for some reason, I don't know what I was envisioning, but it was not like a little mini house inverter. I don't know what I was envisioning.
It wasn't a little mini house inverter?
I don't know. I was like envisioning it being like just wires or something.
Wires.
Like this.
You thought it was going to be wires?
I didn't know what to expect of it. Is it okay for it to be sideways like that?
Yeah.
I'm assuming since you've installed it that way, that's the way it can be. But
It can be sideways.
it looks so fancy.
It pulls in air from the back here and pushes it out there.
Yeah.
So this will be the 12 volt buffer battery that'll just be permanent mounted here. And that leaves this whole space for the extra battery that we put in our tender boat.
The tender battery.
I don't know what that size will be yet. It may be similar to this size or something bigger. So from the batteries, there's a cable that comes in and goes into this disconnect switch, which we can reach from underneath here, like reaching in from this hatch.
Yeah. Handy.
And then, so that's 48 volts coming in, and then this thing has a bunch of big fuses in it. So anything that runs off of 48 volts comes from here. So the inverter runs off of 48 volts. So there'll be a cable from here powering the inverter. And then the winch runs off of the anchor winch, runs off of 48 volts. So that'll get powered from here as well on a smaller, or on a different, like, each one will be fused at its own size. And then this is the charger for the 12 volt system. So this is running off of 48 volts, so that'll get powered from here as well. And it still gives us another output because it can handle 4. And you can also add another one on the side if I want to. You can actually add a whole nother one of these beside if you want to expand, but I think 4 or 5 will be enough. So anything else that we want to run off of 48 volts come off of there. Maybe if we do like a bow thruster or something, that would be 48 volts for sure. So that would run off of there too. And then all of our 12 volt stuff will run off of this battery, which is charged by that battery. 48 volts in charging 12 volts, and then 12 volts powering the electronics, navigation, and all that stuff.
It's nice to see it in real life instead of just you explaining it to me.
Mm-hmm. And if I have to work on it, I'll be laying down in our storage compartment. It's all accessible though, right? It's like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
If I have to take these 2 batteries out of the way, it's fully accessible. I think it's good enough. I don't think I've cramped it too much.
Nope, I think it's good.
I was gonna put this back there.
Yeah, that would have been more crampy.
Yeah, I think, because this is where the 12 volt stuff is.
That makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Good choice.
But it takes half an hour of staring at it to make that decision. And it moves around 3 times. Actually, I'm gonna put it up here, and there, and...
I'm glad I wasn't here for that.
Yeah. I'm glad nobody is here for that. Nobody knows the time between recording that I need to be happy with my decision. So, cool. I'm happy.
Good job.
You haven't seen that in there either. I had to add that so that that could hang off of it.
That makes sense. No, I didn't even notice.
So I had a little change of plans here. I had originally built this thing to mount like this in this spot here. And I decided I think I want it to sit like this. That gives me this section here to mount the Victron solar controller and an extra spot which I might put a second 48 volt to 12 volt Orion in case I want some extra 12 volt capacity for charging a battery for the tender if we end up doing electric motor on that thing, which would be nice. Anyways, at this point I'm just going to leave a spot open there, and that will give me room for that. So I'm going to cut those brackets off and move them over to here. I got the brackets screwed on the back here, they're cleaned up. I got this cleaned up. I will tack this in place. Let that cool for a little bit, and then I'll bolt up the power in. Well, I forgot to record putting it on, but there it is. It's screwed on. Pretty simple. And lid. We're good. I'm gonna make a couple brackets now for this area so that I have room to mount 2 modules there. That's what I'll do next. I'm sorry, but you gotta move. You're in my way. Some nice welds. Turned out pretty good. Sometimes it just welds nice. I don't have the solar controller yet, but there's room for mounting one here now. I won't have to weld there, I'll just drill some holes later. Alright, I feel good about this area now. I think we have most of our brackets on.